So I wanted to start off tonight talking about the potential of Panini getting a license in 2025 and the Topps monopoly. You know, and
Totally.
I think in order to understand the Panini license situation, people need to understand like the Topps monopoly. So I'm going to just briefly, in the mid 60s, Topps and Fleer were in court. Fleer was making the argument that Topps was a monopoly. Fleer actually won in court, but an appeals court ruled against that and said, Fleer, Topps is not a monopoly. Nothing is stopping Fleer from selling baseball cards, but putting something other than gum inside, like, not candies, but like toys or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the crazy irony about this whole thing is that Fleer invented bubblegum. So for Fleer to get that news, and that must have been a massive blow to Fleer. You know what I mean? Fleer was also putting baseball cards with their product like almost 3 decades earlier in the 20s. And Topps made this move. So here's the crazy part. Okay. So that same year, they, after the ruling, Fleer pretty much threw the towel in. They sold the remaining contracts to Topps at $400,000 almost. Okay. The same year, the Major League Baseball Players Association licensed their products to Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola gave them $120,000. They turned around to Topps and said, "You have been screwing us for years. We want a renegotiation of the contract." Okay. Topps at the time, remember, this is 1966 until 1973. Topps had the contracts. Topps said, basically, stuff it. We're not going to do anything for you. They went back to Fleer and said, listen, we'll give you exclusivity in 1973. Fleer was like, no, we're not interested. The stupidest move Fleer ever made. Because think about it. Not only would Fleer be back in the game, they would have been exclusive in the game. And because they had a bad relationship with Topps, the players union, because Topps really honestly was screwing the players. So my question to you is, with everything going on with the 2020 season, with what happened with the pandemic, a lot of players aren't getting the money they wanted. Do you think the time is ripe right now for maybe Panini to get a license?
You hit it right on the nose. Football, basketball. Bro, those cards are beautiful. Prisms. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, is like, are they cooler than Topps? Let's just be real. For the younger generation, maybe not for us, maybe not for the old timers, maybe not for anyone, but how hot those cards are. And let's be real. Their relic game, crazy. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's what everything's not about what we want anymore, right? I mean, yeah, we're collectors, but these kids that are coming up, and you got to respect the young dudes coming up, they have a different strategy. They have a different view on the hobby. But here's my thing. Here's the last thing. All right, we know prisms are dope. Football, basketball, boom, mosaic, all that stuff, right? Here's my thing. Has Topps fallen off? Have they fell off?
Think about the last garbage relic you got out of like a heritage box, and think about, listen, this is what I pulled in 2019 out of Diamond King's box, dude. I'm not into relic cards. This is a bat card. This is Reggie Jackson's bat, dude.
Yeah.
You're not pulling this in a Topps product, bro.
We can go, I mean, you could go on and on. We could battle, line for line with this one, right? But at the end of the day, listen, for the new generation, the look of the cards, right, that football and basketball has, I feel like, listen, Panini's right there. But what it comes down to is I love Topps. But at the end of the day, like 2021 hasn't done, like, I thought this year, after all the, the whole COVID, the lockdown, I thought they were going to come crazy. You know what I'm saying? I really did. Like, I like the inserts. They always do a good job with the inserts and that stuff. But the base card, the white, it doesn't hit me, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a change soon. And listen, we're Topps guys. I'll always be Topps guys. But we got to talk about what the reality of the business. That's really what it comes down to right now.
So on the second thing, I want to talk about the Dimitri Young collection. I know we were talking about that. Speak a little bit about how crazy that is, and like the foresight of that guy to be able to do what is really a super genius move at the time.
I've heard about it, just through the years and stuff like that. But when I looked at this dude's collection of all the gems this guy has, I mean, like Clemente, like PSA 10s, and Hank, Hammer and Hank, PSA. It's just, it's amazing that all these years, I remember him was a good ball player. I never really knew when they said he collected. In my mind, he was like, oh, that's cool. He's a collector, whatever. I didn't know the extent of this man's collection. And I'm like, when they sold at auction, this dude's cards, I mean, like Clemente's, I think sold for like $430. You know what I'm saying? Hank was like $350. Now it's just like, but the dude has gems, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I listen, we got to go and look at what the dude sold. If you look at the whole list, amazing, man. Amazing. Look at this dude. Dude was a hell of a hitter too. I'll tell you that much.
If you look, I mean, Ernie Banks rookie and a PSA 10.
Sure.
Harmon Killebrew rookie and a PSA 10.
Clemente 10. Aaron 10. Pete Rose, I think too. Pete Rose sold for a lot too. The Rose was a 10.
I mean, and just to have these cards, I mean, even at the time, it must have been a difficult thing to track down 10s of these cards. These are low pop cards.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Unbelievable. Now, I don't know, what year was this when he was doing this?
Okay, so the Dimitri Young collection, this is on cardboardconnection.com. Great website. So this is what he sold it for. And this is in May of 2012.
Okay.
So Clemente,
almost 10 years ago. Damn.
Yeah. Clemente 10, 432 grand.
So the last, where is that? The last Clemente 8 sold for 38,000. 39.6 and 8 sold for. December of 2020. So just trying to get an idea of the last one that they have sold, an 8 sold for 39.6.
$357,000.
Look at that card.
A gem 10. I mean,
well, you look if you find that card in the 6. So the last Hank Aaron rookie was sold in actually February, about a month ago. Not even a month ago. About 3 weeks ago, a Hank Aaron rookie 8 was sold for $105,000.
Wow.
An 8.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean,
and you want to hear something? Here's something even better than that. The 8 was sold on February 27th for $105,000. On December 30th, there was one sold for $49,000.
Wow.
So if you think about it, in a matter of 2 months, half the difference. That's bananas.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole other topic.
But the whole thing about it, Joe, is just the point of how many of these are around. You could look through and you find tons of 7s, but like even to come across an 8 is just so rare. You know what I'm saying? So rare. And a 9. We're not even talking about a 9. This guy has gems, gem 10. Like, it just amazes me that they even exist for real.
Right. I mean, the fact that he hunted down these cards, a 10, a Hank Aaron rookie and a 10, I've never even heard of that before.
No.
I mean, you got to think that's a tough set. 54, we had conversations about this, how the borders go up and there's no top border. It's just an odd set. And
oh yeah, so impossible to bro. This is crazy. So there's only 2 10 Hank Aaron rookies. Bro, 2.
That's unbelievable.
There's only 25 nines.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Yo, that is unreal. When you really think about it, I mean, that baffles my mind. There's only like that dude. That's why he has his own collection. Let's just be real. Because whoever he sold that to, it's that person and one other person. And that other one that's a 10 could be like, who knows? It could just be in some billionaire's dude vault, right? Like you'll never see it anyway. So for him to have that card was a way for the world to actually see it. Let's just be real, right? For the people like me and you to say, holy shit, there's really a 10. Like that's amazing. Like there's two. Stuff like that bugs me out, man. Like out of all the cards, there's 2 10s. Amazing.
You know what else I was thinking about? Somebody's brought this up to me at my LCS about these cards that may still be around, like in these, when people in your family pass away, it sometimes takes a long time for you to go through their stuff.
My mom was a big baseball fan, right? And, she passed away a few years ago. Loved the Yanks, loved Thurman, I watched games with her. Like, it was the coolest thing. I had just me and my mom, but we would sit there and watch games and she'd call me. Oh, you see, this one hit a home run. Oh, this guy, she would call me and be like, oh, this guy friggin' sucks. Why did they put this guy in last night? He blew. This guy sucks. I don't want to see him again. He can't hit. Like my mom was straight real. My mom took me to Fenway Park at 11 years old and sat in the behind the Red Sox bullpen with a Yankees jacket on, talking shit in Fenway.
Wow.
Yeah, on some legendary. And I'm 11. I'm like, Ma, sit down. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And she's just like, whatever. Yo, I'm here repping. I got the jacket. They were talking shit to her, like, boss. They don't care if it's a woman or whatever. They would, but she took it. She was just like, yo, I'm repping my team. She was loyal. But when she passed, I was looking through her stuff, and all of a sudden I came across there was something in between a binder, and it was a 19. I don't even know exactly when it was, but it was a Mets luncheon dinner, and had a menu of the Mets and everything. On the back, it was signature of Ed Kranepool, Yogi Berra, and I forgot who else. But like, I never even saw that. Like, she never even, like, I don't remember that my whole life. So she must have got this way back in the days and just stashed it. And maybe she even forgot that it was even there. You know what I'm saying? But just to have that from her, it's like, wow. Like, and that goes to the point of what we're saying. Like, when your parents pass or your uncles pass or anybody in your family, you don't know what's in there. You don't have any idea, because they're so old school in their mind. I'm saving this. I'm saving this. I'll put this away. And then they get so old that they forget they even put it away. You don't even know it's there. So that's the beautiful thing about stories you hear, you read online about like people finding stuff, man. It keeps the hobby going too. It really does.
But yeah, man, that's an unbelievable kind of thing, man. You never know what's in collections. You never know what's in someone's house. There may be, people that just have stuff in their estates that one day they open up and they find out all these cards and amazing things from the past. It's really interesting stuff,
It really is.
Yeah, I mean, the Dimitri Young collection is just, it's unreal. The Banks rookie, the Musial rookie. I mean, it's like, this is just crazy. You go on to this, man. The Jackson rookie in 10.
Bro, look at that card. It's just like, oh man, that's crazy. And he was, this guy was so ill that he just was like, I'm just copping gems. Like, I'm not even messing around with nines. Like, don't even give me the nines. I'm going to get every ill player in the game and grab them in gems. He was way ahead of his time thinking that way.
Absolutely. I mean, it's unbelievable. Just the foresight to just be like, I'm buying 10s of all these legends. I'm buying Reggie Jackson. I mean, just unbelievable. Crazy, man. That's
unbelievable.
That's crazy. We could go on and on for hours about that. That's just amazing. Props to Dimitri Young.
Yeah, shout out to Dimitri
Young. So another thing I wanted to talk to you about, we have conversations during the week. You spoke to me about BGS Pristine versus PSA 10. And I thought I'll just give you my quick thoughts on that. It's kind of crazy. The BGS, I think, the BGS Pristine started in 2013, the end of 2013, I believe. And if I'm not mistaken, but around that time, they've been around for a while. for me, the crazy thing about it is like, okay, we've been grading cards. We're Beckett. We give subgrades. We know all how perfect cards are, but now all of a sudden we're gonna have this other thing. Like you're telling me you never had a card that was gemmed out before in the history of Beckett. So for me, it was kind of like a one-up on PSA.
Yep.
What I like about PSA, and we'll talk about this, but what I like about PSA is the finality of it. It's like, this is a 10, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not even a fan of the 9.5s and all that, I'm not a fan of that. But another thing that I think that we spoke about grading also, before I get your response on the BGS thing, I think I've come to a consensus in my brain, and you really drilled this into me, because just thinking about it, like, it's not about even the company, it's about the grade and it's about the card. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, you have a Beckett 9, a Beckett 10, a BGS 10, SGC 10, a PSA 10, dude, even a GMA 10, I'll take that and I'll crack that and I'll resub that. So, I mean, are you telling me everyone at GMA is a complete idiot? Dude, there's guys on YouTube that only do GMA. I looked at this one guy's collection. I was like, I hear this guy. This guy's incredible. Like, whatever. I'm not mad at it. There's things for everybody. Some people like GMA. I'm not going to be mad at it. But really, I think it's about the grade. I think it's about the card and it's about the grade. Who's to really know who is grading harder? Is Beckett really grading harder than PSA? I don't know. Is PSA really? I don't know. What do you think about that? What do you like? I'm sorry to go off on a rant, but what do you think about the pristine?
I feel like, listen, do some cards look better in some slabs? Yes. All right. That's, the vintage looks amazing in the SGC, and I know you like the Bowmans in the in the Beckett, PSA, just like whatever. But listen, at the end of the day, people always say, oh, this one sells higher in this one, and but in all reality, if a card is beautiful and you want that card and it's an SGC, but you love the card, it's like the perfect centered look, you're buying the card. What, are you just not going to buy it because it's not PSA 10? You know what I'm saying? It's like that whole thing in all reality, because you could talk to 100 people. Yeah, PSA 10, PSA is the highest standard, whatever. But I speak to a lot of people and they love SGC. I know people that only go to Beckett. You know what I'm saying? And then you have your PSA. Listen, I really feel like it's what you want, but if the card is beautiful, it's going to sell. And if it sells for a little less than what before, whatever. My thing is the whole thing with that, how Beckett's doing it with that, the pristine and all that. I think, that was just like a one-up on PSA to say, all right, you have a Gem 10. Well, now we have something higher than you. But I mean, the whole thing with Beckett, I'm not like too familiar with the Beckett thing. I mean, in terms of like having them, I don't own any Beckett slabs, but the whole thing where they grade every piece of the card, it's just a little dramatic for me. You know what I'm saying? I know people like it because I just don't like it because they could say, all right, the centering's a 5, but the corners are a 9, so it goes to a 7. It's just a little crazy for me. Everybody has their own opinion and comfortable with whatever system you use. And there's people that use all the grading companies, right? Like there's some people I know that just send certain cards to certain ones. And then there's certain people that if you say anything, PSA, I won't send anything else but PSA. I feel like that's like with everything in life, right? There's some people that are stuck on one way. And then there's some people that are like, hey, I'll try different ones. But I was always open to, we talk about this all the time. Like, hey, I might send a few cards here. I might send a few cards there. I don't like to talk about something until I deal with them personally. If I deal with Beckett and I send 10 cards to them and I get them back, I'm going to feel a certain way. Oh, I like the way they did this, or I like the way how fast I got it back, or I like the customer service, right? That all goes into the company. I mean, somebody could grade your cards perfectly, but the customer service sucks, or they sent them back and there was something wrong, or they forgot, so all these things get tied up into the company. But at the end of the day, if your card is a beautiful card, I don't care who's grading it. That's just me.
All right. Also, I wanted to do something like this. I want to just show you real quick. We were talking about this. Okay, can you see this? The Ted DiBiase rookie card.
Bro, this set is incredible. It really is. The
It,
$1
it's
million, yo, what? While we're on the wrestling thing, one more time, I gotta pull this out right here.
wow. That's incredible.
Because
One of the
this is
most legend, maybe yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, Captain Lou, Bobby Heenan,
yep.
and Freddie Blassie. I think that's it. When you talk about managers, that's all there is to it. I'm not saying there aren't other managers. Like I like Slick. I like Lady Elizabeth.
There was a lot. There was guys with Jim Cornette back in the days, with the tennis racket. But yo, look at This is the 85 top sticker. I got this in a break. It's minted out. It's a little off-centered, but it's a good card to grade because you're not going to find many of these, even in this condition. This is right out the box. So, but look at this dude on some slob legendary shit. Like, look at this cat, bro. He had the rubber bands and the beat. I just had to pull this one out. I know you get a kick out of this one. I'm definitely going to grade this though, because it's a classic and it's from that classic 85 top set. So, it's the sticker insert. Pretty crazy. Captain Lou. And then he was in a video back in the days with Madonna, remember? Oh no, Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, if you want to see the funniest work in the history of pro wrestling, or one of them, the work of him and his beef with Cyndi Lauper, it's ridiculous. He's like, there's this one, I think it may be Tuesday Night Titans, where they did these vignettes, and he's sitting on a couch with like his stomach out with food on him, and he's like, did this broad just say, I wrote her songs, I wrote her entire album, I managed her career, I brought her off the streets and the bars. This broad, bro, it is the craziest thing.
I can't, bro.
Yeah.
It's the next level shit, bro.
It really is. Captain Lou, oh my goodness.
Shout out to Captain Lou, man. What a legend.
All right, man. Yo, check this out, man. This is, I mean, dude.
Nah. Yo.
The Gordie Howe rookie? Come on, bro.
Bro, I'm not even really on that in terms of knowing the value of that. That is unbelievable. What? And it's in the old SG. Yo.
And I mean, it's a near mint 88 SGC, 1951 Parkhurst Gordie Howe rookie. This is just ridiculous stuff. This is the kind of stuff that needs to be bought in the boom. If we're still in the boom, I think we're in a crash. But you know what? Some maniac needs to buy this because this is legendary stuff. Gordie Howe rookie, dude. Come on, bro.
Look at that. Look at that card too. What?
Unreal. Unbelievable.
I would love to know we got to look if there's any 10s of this thing. Look at that. What is that? A cutout? No.
This is Parkhurst. I mean, when it comes to hockey cards, I really don't know stuff past like the 70s stuff.
Yeah, me either.
We had conversations about like the Beehive cards and all that crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's
a different game, but somehow there's a Gordie Howe, like whatever this is the beauty of it. But this is unbelievable. $550,000 they're asking for this card. I wonder what this card has sold for in the past. But yeah, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Yo, can you click off the record? Click sold on that. Like on those cards, can you click sold?
Sure. Let's see.
Let's just see if there's any even been sold. I mean, it could, who knows? I mean, that's crazy. I'm totally not up on that, bro. That's crazy. I didn't know Gordies were $500,000.
Okay, so the comps that I can see, almost 47 grand of a PSA. I can't see what it is. Let's see. PSA 8. Wow.
Oh, PSA 8.
Here's another one sold. Raw, $22,500. Raw.
What? Bro, somebody's smart though. I'll tell you that much. All right, we're gonna do something cool every show. We're gonna do quarter classics. You remember back in the days, you look through the pile in your card store and you find some cool cards for a quarter, 10 cents, $1, whatever. But it's a cool card. So like, here's mine for today. This is a 93 Upper Deck. But man, I mean, it's a Jay Buhner card, but Junior's in it. And like, yo, man, you got the Fly Mariners jersey. Those were fresh, those batting practice jerseys. And then Junior's just chilling, man. Like, you don't see cards like this anymore. And you know what's cool about it? It was Buna's card, but the legend was, at that time, the legend was in his card, which made Buna's card pretty dope.
That's a really cool card. Yeah, I mean, they were getting so creative in that era. I love that. They were really trying to do things differently.
Listen,
Very,
93
very
Upper
cool.
Deck had great photography, great cards, crystal clear. It's a very underrated set. I really like 93 Upper Deck. If you really go through their set, there's a lot of funny shots. There's a lot of like serious shots. There's a lot of action shots. But like whoever did the photography, like they really took their time to make it's a really underrated set in my book.
Absolutely, man. I agree. Yeah, that's a great set. It's actually that might be my favorite set from Upper Deck. I'm not a huge Upper Deck guy. I'm not even a huge fan of the Griffey Upper Deck rookie. But to be honest, 93 is actually really cool. It's a nice design,
It is.
And the photography, I mean, again, this was the era of competition where different companies were trying to vie for being the dominant player in the game. And it really it was up for grabs because, I mean, Topps kind of fell off at some point, early. I mean, I think in the 90 set to me, I was just like, what are you trying to do with this?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? And there's some good rookies. It's like, Larry Walker rookie. It's nice, but it's a weird set. And then they tried to go classic again. But I feel like other companies were just doing more interesting things at the time.
Especially with the photography.
Yeah. It took a while for them to catch up to like maybe 93 Topps finest or whatever. But yeah, those sets from that era, I love those cards, man. I got one card. I'll show you my card that I always collect 75 cards, and I got an Al Cowan's card back in the day. It was his
Royals.
Card, in the 75, it looks really cool. And if you look at him in 75, he looks like, kind of normal, but his 86 Donruss card looks like he's in 72. It's so crazy.
Yo, stop right now. That's crazy.
Right? Like this dude's card is out of control.
He's on some shaft shit, bro.
He looks more 70s in 86 than he did. I'd have to pull out all this stuff.
Yeah.
His rookie card, but it's a 75. It's a really nice looking card. His rookie card, 75 Topps. But yeah, man, like he looks more.
Pull that up again, bro. Pull that up again. Put it closer. Yo. Bro, fuck. What a time, bro. What was that? That's 80 what?
It's 86.
86. Man, the 80s was some shit, man.